A whisper travels through the shattered halls of the floating celestial palace, carrying the echoes of a clash that tore the sky itself asunder. Amid the ruins, old alliances quiver and new threats stir, as Fang Yuan watches from the shadows, calculating each heartbeat of his rivals. Recap. Tales of Herding Gods, Chapter 691. Chapter 692 begins here, where the aftermath of betrayal weighs heavier than any blade, and every step could ignite a tempest. The wind carries both warning and promise. An unseen storm is gathering, and those who believe themselves safe may soon find the heavens indifferent to their fate. Two mighty cultivators stood upon the Emperor's throne, their divine arts and spells flashing with boundless simplicity. Each strike and parry resonated with the essence of the great Tao, unadorned yet immeasurably powerful. No elaborate transformation was needed. Their arts carried a force that countless gods and cultivators could not hope to reach. It was the art of the path itself, direct, efficient, and without excess. Qinmu's opening calamity sword embodied his entry into this path, yet he had mastered but a single move, unable to follow with another. In contrast, the goddess of heavenly yin and son of heaven yin wielded their attacks with elegance and variety, never repeating a technique even across the vastness of worlds. The emperor opposing the goddess of heavenly yin bore the refinement she had foretold. A man of culture and grace, his imperial aura was neither overbearing nor tyrannical. Handsome, with elongated, phoenix-like eyes and a beard forming a precise inverted V, he emanated a charm that drew the eye. He was son of heaven yin, the one who had once schemed against the goddess and seized control of heavenly yin world with a single cunning stroke. Though the goddess has perished for countless years, perhaps it was a blessing in disguise, he murmured, a faint smile playing upon his lips. For long he had sought to break into heavenly yin world, but now, facing her across realms, he admitted defeat. Your grasp of Tao surpasses even what it was before. I can do nothing against you, only resort to trickery. Suddenly, the wind and clouds twisted, and black sand surged from countless worlds into heavenly yin world. Starved ghosts, monstrous and ravenous, charged like a tide upon the goddess. The entire sea teemed with their frenzied forms, and the black soul sand pressed upon her as the massive starved ghost of heavenly yin world stirred toward awakening. Darkness swallowed all, and not a single ray of light remained. The goddess of heavenly yin laughed softly and cast the celestial dipper into the air. It whirled with relentless force, spinning the heavens and the land itself. Seas soared and flipped, mountains hung inverted, and the sky became a void. Starved ghosts flailed helplessly as heaven and earth twisted again, crushing them ruthlessly upon their return. The world itself obeyed her command, throwing the black soul sand asunder, leaving the starved ghosts powerless. Son of heaven yin exhaled, fading into the shadow of Mingdu. You have broken free from the shackles of a natural-born sacred god, learning even my paths and arts through the celestial dipper. I am intrigued by the Tao master who revived you, yet you remain unable to subdue the starved ghosts and reclaim heavenly yin world. Wise in retreat, he ceased his efforts, preserving his strength. The goddess sighed, her finger resting lightly on the celestial dipper. As it slowed, the weight of heavenly yin world pressed once more. Her mind churned. How shall I slay the colossal starved ghost and reclaim control? Though son of heaven yin's invasion had been halted, the world remained under his dominion. Heavenly yin world, independent yet perilous, teemed with ever-hungry, starved ghosts that would consume all life. Unless she could solve their menace, she could never restore the balance. Seated beside the sea, she pondered, the tall tower suppressing the chaotic tides of heavenly yin world. If I cannot solve this, I am alone. No other life can endure here. Perhaps if the great wizard were present. Her thoughts weighed heavily, for the starved ghosts were the heart of the world's plight. She, no longer a perfect sacred god born of nature, could now seek other divine arts for answers. Without a solution, she would remain bound, lest son of heaven yin seize the opportunity to claim the world. At the source of the surging river in the great ruins, Qinmu observed, untouched by the turmoil of the celestial conflict. Though the heavenly yin world twisted and spun with battle, the great ruins remained bathed in daylight, immune to the invasion of darkness. How will we know if the goddess prevails? He asked, worry creasing her brow. Qin Mu's gaze rested upon the cliff. We shall wait until dusk. If victory belongs to her, the darkness will not encroach further. If she falls, the shadows will continue. Yan Jingjing sat beside him, watching. Qin Mu's voice was calm. The goddess's fate is entwined not just with heavenly Yin world, but with all worlds. The black soul sand overtakes the realm, and if unchecked, starved ghosts will spread, granting Son of Heaven Yin dominion over all. The two women shivered at his words, aware of the menace that lay in black sand and broken souls, the undying starved ghosts that devour endlessly. Even gods could falter before them, and if Son of Heaven Yin controlled these spirits, no force could oppose him. The devastation would be universal, the worlds succumbing to silence and darkness. Yan Jingjing's voice trembled. Can the goddess truly conquer them? Qin Mu's eyes were steady. As long as he cannot breach heavenly Yin world, she can hold him at bay. The starved ghosts fear the sun. Light will drive them into retreat. If she hangs a sun within her realm, the darkness shall obey. Even if she must pierce the soul of Heaven Duke to borrow light, she will prevail. Yan Jingjing laughed softly at the audacity. Qin Mu continued, his tone measured. These measures suppress the symptoms, but the root lies in the starved ghosts themselves. Only the goddess of heavenly Yin can truly eliminate the black soul sand and its spawn. Son of Heaven Yin's life and death book is powerless against them. The source is the shade of heaven itself. The women nodded, the weight of the day stretching endlessly, the sun lingering stubbornly in the west. As darkness crept over the broken cliff, Qin Mu's heart sank. She has fallen. In that instant, the human-shaped form beside him shook free, the god of the founding emperor expanding with curiosity. Yan Jingjing radiated divine light to shield against the darkness. The god noted a strange necklace and wooden tablet in hand, a charcoal pencil beside it. He wrote, seeking answers. Qin Mu said nothing, stepping into the dark. The god's question hung in the air, unanswered, until Qin Mu's eyes glimmered in the void. Few starved ghosts remain here, he said, a small smile crossing his face. The god raised the tablet again, bewildered. Yan Jingjing and He Yi exchanged astonished glances. The god's constant writing was the only way to comprehend his words. Qin Mu stood amidst the gloom, the shadows of starved ghosts drifting like restless clouds around him. Their numbers were few now, yet even in small groups they exuded a deadly aura. A mere mortal who strayed into this darkness would be torn apart by their swiftness and hunger. The dim void still lingered, but the decrease in the starved ghosts spoke of a battle concluded. Goddess of heavenly Yin and Son of Heaven Yin had clashed, and the latter had failed to dominate the heavenly Yin world. The weakening of his control caused the starved ghosts to falter, suppressed by the goddess herself. Qin Mu's heart surged with anticipation. Wait here for me. I shall enter heavenly Yin world to see for myself. All right, came the quiet assent. Before He Yi could speak further, Yan Jingjing's voice rang with firmness. Be careful. With swift movement, Qin Mu darted toward the crack leading into heavenly Yin world. He Yi watched him go, concern lacing her soft voice. Sister Jingjing, why allow him to enter such peril alone? You are a god. Would it not be safer to accompany him? Yan Jingjing shook her head, her gaze sharp. His prowess is great. Should danger arise, he can evade it. Our presence would only be a distraction, and if we truly encounter Son of Heaven Yin, even I cannot contend. He Yi absorbed her reasoning, understanding the weight in her eyes. Qin Mu pressed forward through the jagged opening, finally reaching the boundary stone of heavenly Yin world. There, a mighty tower loomed, warping the very space beneath it like an iron weight pressing upon a silken mattress. No starved ghost dared approach its oppressive shadow, their forms trembling in distant corners. The once dim sky had cleared, though its light remained subdued. He sighed in relief and moved onward until he beheld the goddess, perched on the seashore, palms supporting her head. Her gaze was fixed on the endless waters, feet immersed in the shallow tide. She bore no garments save for divine light streamers, untamed and wild as an ancient deity. Qin Mu joined her, seating himself on the sands, and mimicking her, dipped his feet into the sea. A colossal wave erupted, drenching him entirely. The goddess laughed, a sound like wind through silver leaves. You are too small. The battle just now stirred these waves. Qin Mu grumbled, smiling. Are you worried for the starved ghosts and the darkness? The goddess leaned back, arms propping her aloft, eyes toward the sky. I abhor solitude. I wish for this realm to bustle like Xuandu, alive with gods and life, joyous and harmonious. Here, only starved ghosts dwell, foolish beings that only consume. Another towering wave surged. Qinmu wielded his vital qi to shield himself. Goddess, perhaps we require Heaven Duke's aid to restore order here, he suggested. She shook her head. To borrow the sun would tether shade of heaven to Xuandu. Were heavenly yin world to vanish, how could I stand equal to Heaven Duke? I would become subservient, his blood dripping into my realm. I will not. Qinmu chuckled despite her grim words. I have the life and death book. Perhaps Goddess may grasp Son of Heaven Yin's divine arts. She dismissed the notion. Even so, his arts treat symptoms, not the root. The starved ghosts remain. Qinmu's expression tightened. Then, we shall seek minds of greater wisdom. In days, I shall bring those capable of curing this realm of its starved ghosts and black soul sand. Her astonishment sparkled in her dark eyes. There exist mortals wiser than you? I jest not, he replied gravely. There are 4 or 5 surpassing me. The goddess laughed. Very well, I shall witness these pillars of intellect. Qinmu's primordial spirit prepared to depart, stepping back before executing secrets of 3 primordial spirit assembly. The goddess watched as his spirit departed, leaving his corporeal form unguarded. Yet the starved ghosts recoiled from his aura. Within the hall of supreme learning at Imperial College, myriad primordial spirits answered Qinmu's summons. What is amiss, cult master? Si Yunxiang inquired. I seek Imperial Preceptor, Saint Woodcutter, Shu Shenghua, and First Ancestor, he intoned. Dispatch them to the broken cliff at the source of the surging river, and invite King Yama and potent practitioners of soul arts from Fengdu. In short order, his spirit returned, and the goddess regarded him with curious eyes. They will arrive in days, he assured, smiling. Meanwhile, I shall craft a sword pellet. Beneath the broken cliff, He Yi led the women in roadwork, while Yan Jingjing aided Qinmu in refining Buddha Vitality Crimson Chromium and Metal of Heavenly Yin. The former shone with Buddha rays, potent in monkly weapons, the latter a vessel for souls, harmonized with primordial spirits. Qinmu's plan intertwined the 2 metals, balancing the Buddha light against ghostly essence. After endless trials, he discovered the golden ratio and commenced forging the sword pellet. Yan Jingjing, bemused by his meticulous craft, asked, Why not shape a single flowing sword? Each sword must bear unique runes, attuned to my Overlord Body 3 elixir technique, he explained. His form shivered, lost momentarily in contemplation, expressions shifting from serious to delight in a mere heartbeat. Epiphany struck. I need not forge thousands. 1 perfect sword pellet shall suffice. My sword, my knife, all spirit weapons, united with my technique. He melded the divine metals into a colossal sphere, 4,000 feet tall, which he could scarcely lift. Yan Jingjing assisted, slicing manageable portions, and Qinmu refined them with his 300-foot primordial spirit, hammering runes into the metal for days. Though laborious, the sphere gradually yielded. As he toiled, Saint Woodcutter's voice called out. Emergent figures approached. Saint Woodcutter, First Ancestor Human Emperor, Shu Shenghua, and the Shadowed King Yama. Awe struck First Ancestor as he beheld the 300-yard sword pellet. Qinmu revealed the source of the darkness. Saint Woodcutter's expression shifted with shock. You have found Heavenly Yin World? Goddess of Heavenly Yin? I have gathered all to resolve her realm's final plight, Qinmu declared, unveiling the skin of the god-founding emperor. Teacher, do you still recognize him?